Blast me to Bermuda! It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium. Delivery 22 by Hachette Partworks and Games Workshop. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mad Merlins unboxing. So it's that time of the week again, or month should I say, we have our Imperium delivery, and this is our second to last delivery, delivery 22. So before we get into everything, don't forget to, of course, like this video if you are enjoying the content, and of course, why not subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out all my links that are in the description down below, including the Mad Merlins Patreon. So here we have delivery 22, and it's, the second to last one. So we've got some pretty cool issues in here and one not so cool issue. So let's take a look inside. So we have issue 83, our third and final Paragon Warsuits. We have issue 84, Adeptus Mechanicus Scutari Marshal. We have the pretty cool issue 85 of the Hexmark Destroyer. And we have a bit of an oddball here. We have the first part of our Redemptor Dreadnought with issue 86. So, as usual, we'll go through each of these issues individually, having a quick flick through the magazine, a little look at the frames, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this delivery, and let you know what I think about it. So, let's get into it, and we'll start, as always, at the beginning with issue 83. So here we have issue 83, and I've only just received the my extra issues of this yesterday. So, nothing too much of a surprise for me here. I already know what's inside. But, there we go. So, of course, we've got our 50mm round base. We've got our third and final Paragon Warsuit. So, this one builds up the superior of the unit. Or you can, of course, build it up as a regular one for multiple... if you have a unit that is over 3. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool kit. And here we have our issue. So we complete our Warsuits, read more about the Eldari, and we deploy the Warsuits finally in a battle. So we have phase 4 of the Obelisk and Lyrak battle. This sees Typhus and his Death Guard pushing further and further into Metallica's subsectors and taking as much as they can for the Plague God. We got a nice detail about a in particular battle here on the Macrosanctum Primus. Moving on then, we got a little bit more about the Eldar mythology, what their history is, and pretty much what they believe in, their gods, etc. We have a short story here featuring Eldari craft worlds against the Ultramarines. The Serpent Strikes. So we see again the return of the red and white Samhain against an Ultramarine strike force led by a Primaris Lieutenant there. It'll be quite a fun little story. We got our build guide for the issue. So this one will build up with the special power sword from issue 82. And we are building up the heavy flamer. So yeah, component 79 is the special sword from issue 82. And then, yeah, we just finish off building up our superior. We do have the option of building it up as a regular battle sister with either the power sword on the frame or the mace there. And our paint guide is specific just to this particular model. So it focuses detailing on painting the heavy flamer and the power sword, plus the candles there on top of the Warsuits detail. Yeah, all in all, pretty cool, nice paint guide. and will give us a lovely finished unit. Yeah, you can use this paint guide if you decide to equip your other Paragon Warsuits with different weapons. Personally, I have 3 of each model, so I'm going to be equipping one unit with all the same heavy weapon, so that they can each focus on a little bit of a different battlefield role. Then our campaign mission is Scouring Electia, a 75 power battle, focusing mainly on the Adeptus Mechanicus and their retaking of Electia, the shrine world that they originally were protecting back in the early issues. So we've got a nice little terrain area, which it does say it's a cutout, but it's actually you're just meant to use the set of the ruins as a shrine area. So we score points based on the objectives we control, and we also score bonus points if we can get the Canoness inside of the shrine. So you must include the Canoness and 1 additional battle sister unit at least. But I'm going to be using quite a big force. I'll probably use everything of the battle sisters we have. I might even use extra, seeing as I'm going to be running the campaign as interlinked missions. So that's it for issue 83. Next up we got the disappointment issue 84. Just move that out of the way. So here we have our Skitarii Marshal. It's a rather cool model, must admit, but it's not what the Skitarii need. They really need some more troops for the Adeptus Mechanicus force to command, but we've just been lumped with, yet again, another HQ model. 32mm base for him to go on, but still, like I said, not the biggest, bestest choice really for continuing the Adeptus Mechanicus side of things. I would have preferred even another squadron of Skitarii Rangers. Maybe even build them up as Skitarii Vanguard, but it is what it is. So we got brand new Adeptus Mechanicus unit, pass of the Asuryani, and the datasheet for our Skitarii Marshal, plus a painting guide. So as usual, we got our battle record there, so we can name him, give him a title, and name his weapons. We've got the different paths of the Asuryani, so looking more and more into how the craft worlds operate and how they go. So the 3 main paths are the Outcasts, or the Rangers, the Warriors, so these are the Aspect Warriors, as well as the Guardians that protect the craft worlds, and Path of the Seer is those that have the psychic ability. Then we have a new story featuring the Adeptus Mechanicus, so this one is Magnifer Primus, featuring the Tyranids versus the Skitarii, as well as a traitor cult as well. So yeah, nice picture of a Lictor there. This would have been a nice include in the collection. The Onega Dooncrawler. It's the tank that would have been in the combat patrol. And yeah, it's really cool, really odd, but I like it. And yeah, another short story. A short build guide, because he uses very few components and there won't be anything left over, so he goes together just as he does. Painting him, much like the rest of our Skitarii, so we're starting with an all-over coat of lead belcher, picking out Abaddon Black on pipes and stuff, then rack off flesh on the inside of the robes and the skull, as well as ropes. Corn red on the outside of the cloak, Mournfang brown for the scabbard and his backpack. So you can easily go back and do some of your older Skitarii models to sort of match up to him, as this is a much more in-depth paint guide, and it covers everything a lot more than it did with the previous issues. So yeah, you can easily use some of the tips in this paint guide to update your Skitarii models. And yeah, there he is. He's finished. He looks pretty cool. I don't get why he's got one random black sleeve, but it is what it is. We finally get Adeptus Mechanicus Warlord traits, so a couple of nice ones for the Skitarii Marshal, and two there for our Tech Priests as well. And yeah, we got Skitarii Marshal datasheet, so just a generic sort of character. Pretty good ballistic skill, strength and toughness of 3, radium serpentia, and control stave, pretty much a power maul. So he has the Doctrine and Imperatives rule, he has the Control Edict, so in your command phase select a friendly Mars Skitarii unit within 9 inches of this model, or you can select a friendly Skitarii data tether unit anywhere on the battlefield until the start of your next command phase. That unit ignores the depreciation effect of the currently active Doctriners. So that is pretty cool. It makes the Doctriners only a buff as opposed to a buff and a debuff. So he has a Servo Skull uplink while the Skitarii core unit is within 6 inches. You can reroll wound rolls of 1, so he's pretty much like a lieutenant there. And he has a 5+ invulnerable save for his bionics. And we got a tutorial for his Control Edict. So it's showing you can give the rule to anyone that has a data tether, which our Skitarii Ranger unit does. Then for mission 5, we return to Cyphos. It's only a 50 power battle, and we're using our terrain printed sides, the mats. And yeah, you probably want to use your Skitarii for this, just to, keep with the theme of the mission. But it sees the Skitarii try to take back the Forge World of Cyphos. So, one issue I'm looking forward to, it's the Hexmark Destroyer in issue 85. So, here we have our frame. Pretty cool model. Can't believe it is just a single frame for this rather nice destroyer. So what it is, it's a Scorpec destroyer that has combined with the Deathmark curse, or rather a Deathmark that has been inflicted with the Destroyer curse. And yeah, he's pretty cool. Loads of eyes, loads of guns. 2 optional heads, so one with 6 eyes and one with 6 eyes but in a circle. Yeah, really, really cool model. Really glad we've got something nice and new for our Skitarii. And again, another hex hole base. 50mm, there we go. So we've got a cool pull-out here. And we've got our issue. So let's have a look inside. So we've got the Hexmark Destroyer's battle record, a tripedal Necron sharpshooter. So we've got D6 chart here for his naming, his gifts, and his decay, plus kill tally. Focusing on some Space Marine heroes now, we got Ezekiel, the Librarian Grandmaster for the Dark Angels, and Samael, Master of the Ravenwing, the second company. Really hope he gets a new model sometime soon, especially as Dark Angels are getting a range refresh. Would be nice if he... Don't mind if he doesn't cross the Rubicon Primaris, but as long as he gets a new plastic model, I'll be happy. We got a background information on Tyranid invasions, Inquisitorial report record, and another Inquisitorial report, this time focusing on the Ynnari, who came into prominence pretty recently when they helped revive the Primarch Rabute Gilliman. In search of plunder, so we have a Necron Cryptek facing off against a Imperial boarding party looking for treasure in the wreckages of spacecraft. Really short story, it's only 2 pages. So yeah, focuses. Oh look, so it focuses more on the kill team, the Kazakin versus the Necrons. I actually have those models to build at some point, except for the Kazakin, so I might even use them in my Imperium game soon. Then we build our Hexmark Destroyer. Pretty simple. He isn't easy push fit together, but he does have a few options, so heads and some delicate components, so just take your time. So do not glue the Hexmark Destroyer to the base until it's been fully painted. So yeah, we want to make sure we reach underneath certain areas. So, as you look in the paint guide here, it shows you how to paint him. Of course, I won't be painting mine this way, as it's not the 2 mod I particularly paint. And then, yeah, just finish off your models. And then once your base is done, you can glue them down and finish them off. We've got the Hexmark datasheet there, pretty nasty little guy. So he has 6 enmitic pistols, so 6 shots of strength 6 -1/1 damage. Really nasty guy. And he also has dimensional translocation and is a destroyer cult unit, so ouchie. Yeah, definitely going to have fun using him in games. So, Campaign 6, we focus on Kalma's Skull. It's back up to 75 power. Controlling of fighting over 6 objectives. So yeah, much the normal sort of missions we've been playing in the past few issues. And we got a little fold out called the Leagues of Votann March to War. That's rather nice. So focusing more on the different leagues within the Votanns. So yeah, pretty cool. Gives us some more information on the newest faction. Some of their units. And their higher rankings as well. Pretty cool. Right, finally then, issue 86, the first part of our Redemptor Dreadnought. So we aren't going to be able to do much with this particular issue. We have most of the components to build up the guns, and that'll be about it, and the fist. So yeah, not a lot we can actually do. We are going to have to wait until our next delivery when we get issues 87, 88, 89 and 90. But still we can do something. So let's take a look at our magazine then. So Redemptor Dreadnought, new piece of fiction and the datasheet for him. So I actually have quite a lot of stuff to go through. So the Redemptor Dreadnought, heavily armoured war walker. So you got choice of variety of weapons and war gear for him. Top tip, the component that attaches the gun to the arm, I believe you get 2 of, so you can easily not glue that particular component into the arm, and you can swap between the 2 guns if you so wish. It does fit quite snugly. So yeah, we can name the brother who has interred in the sarcophagus and how he died. Then we got tick-off charts for leading the battle forces to victory, kills melee and kills at range. So a couple of new Space Marine heroes. This is Astaroth the Grim, the High Chaplain of the Blood Angels, and Lamartes, Guardian of the Death Company. We've got Warzone Katachan, so the hardy jungle world with the Katachan Regiment of Imperial Guard. And we have more to the Tyranids. This time it's the assault phase of an invasion. And yeah, pretty cool. We've got a bit of background about the Flesh Tearers there, Sons of Blood, and how they fought in the battle for Devastation of Baal. And Green Hill, a short story featuring a squad of Katachan jungle fighters up against some orcs. So yeah, pretty cool, nice long story for us to read. And then yeah, we got the data sheet, so we can't actually do anything much at the moment, as we have no build guide or anything in this issue. Just a nice lot of information, tutorials on the weapons, and then we have our mission. So Invasion Megaria, again 75 power. We're returning to one of the first worlds we met in the Ramazar system, Megaria. And yeah, just a nice big battle again. So we have the center battlefield here. Again, it's capture and control mission. The Necron player is the attacker and player B, and must deploy as close to possible half of their total units in their deployment zone. So the Necrons are doing a pincer attack against the Imperium, who deploy in the center there. Pretty cool. End game mission. So if at the end of the game the Necron player controls objective 5, they score 15 points. And then parts 87 and 88, I have our Redemptor Dreadnought, so build guide in 87, and a paint guide in 88, plus we can take into battle finally. But as I said, I'm waiting until we have all of the Imperium issues, then I can link the campaign together in a rather cool and interesting narrative. Right then, I'll bring everything back in and I'll give you my final thoughts for Delivery 22. So there we have Delivery 22, and it's a pretty... it's a difficult one to say because we only have one part of the Redemptor Dreadnought, but I mean, without the instructions, I know how the guns go together, having built one in the past, so I can at least start building some of it. But it doesn't give us a lot to work with. But we do have our third and final Paragon Warsuit, which is pretty cool. And the Hexmark Destroyer is a nice addition to the Necron force as well. That one weak point is, of course, issue 84, as a lot of people agree. It's not the best they could have given us. They could have given us something a lot better. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could have pushed the Redemptor Dreadnought into 2 issues, then having another 2 issues for, say, something like the Cataphrons, not the Cataphrons, I've forgotten their names. Castellans, that's the one. The Castellan robots. They could have done that over 2 issues and pushed the Redemptor into 2 issues. That would have given us something really cool for the Adeptus Mechanicus to use, or even the new Sulphur Hounds kit. That would have still been pretty cool as well. But we got the Skitarii Marshal, and I suppose it's something to make the Force a little better, because he has that rule that takes away the negative side of the Doctriners. So it's pretty cool. Might make things a little bit better for using the Skitarii. I'm going to try him out when I get around to that particular battle. Definitely going to be using some duplicate Skitarii units that we have in the collection. I've got 3 more Cataphron Destroyers to build up, so I'll probably get around to building them up at some point. And yeah, I'll have a unit full Plasma and a unit of full Grav. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I do have some extra Skitarii, but I've built them up as 5 Vanguard and 5 Rangers, and I've got another 10 Skitarii that I've built up as Vanguard, so I might use them, but count them as a Ranger squad, providing I've got the same equipment. But it is what it is, as I've said before. So yeah, it's a mixed bag, really. I think it gets a 3.5 out of 5. Some good stuff. Some not some good stuff. We have a nice lot of lore, especially in the last 2 issues. They're very lore heavy issues, so some good reading for us to have, and fleshes out the characters of the 41st Millennium a little more. But there we have it. Let me know what you think about this delivery in the comment section down below. Are you happy with the Skitarii Marshal, or are you on the side of me and quite a few other people who think it's a bit of a dull issue, really? Just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, there we have it again. All that's left for me to do then is to say thank you all for watching. If you think I deserve it, please give this video a like, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to, of course, comment down below as well, as it helps the channel out, and I love hearing back from you guys. It's great. So, yeah, that's it. I've rambled on long enough, and I'll see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.